Greetings, cousins. It's your 2027 cruise captain, Cousin Rochelle, and this video is going to discuss some cruise essential items that I usually pack on my trip, and some of them may be the same as what you would pack, or it may be some items that you may want to consider when you're packing. So get a pen, get a paper, and write down some of these items just in case they may be something that you feel you should pack for your trip too. I'm not going to number how many items because I just grabbed a couple things just to give you an idea. There will be another video and more videos that I will make as I get ready for my cruise. That's the end of June, and I'll show you exactly what I end up packing. And then some other videos depending on if you're packing for yourself, if you're packing for a child, and if you're packing for depending on what you want out of it, such as work or vacation styles, different videos. So this one is just a couple items to consider taking on a trip. And some of these, like I said, these may be items that you already packed or some things you might not have thought of when it comes to traveling on a cruise. So to start off, what luggage would you be taking? I usually take a backpack. Always have some sort of bag on you because we know that once you give the porters your suitcase, it goes on a ship. You don't know what time you're going to see that suitcase again. So have something on you. Now in the book bag, I have a few different zipper items. So I usually pack in I have a son, so he has his swimming trunks, something he can get in immediately if you want to go. As soon as we get on the cruise, go straight to the pool. You have like a change of clothes just in case you don't find your suitcase fast enough. Other items would be, your small hygiene items. Another suitcase that we often take is a roller bag. Of course, everything is going to be on wheels because who's carrying all that luggage? Sometimes we take our own can of sodas, so that's definitely in a rolling bag style suitcase. You can also take a luggage that's about the size of a carry-on in airplane measurements. That's usually, it's a 3-day, 4-day cruise. You don't need a lot of items, and although you should take some changing clothes, you won't probably change 3 and 4 times a day. But those are the types of suitcase you would want to start with. Is what type am I taking? Now, speaking of luggage, I have these luggage handles, which, because a lot of people have like a black suitcase. So if I have a dark color, which is a standard color that a lot of people tend to carry, I usually would at least have my name on my luggage handle so that it can easily be found and recognized when it's in the hallway. Because once you're on the ship, they just put all the suitcases in the hallway. They try to put it closer to your cabin door, but just in case, because sometimes there are a lot of luggages in the hallway. So I can have something on there that would stand out. So I have these, which one has my name and then one has, of course, Josiah's name, so that we can easily identify our suitcase. So another type of bag that you're going to want to carry is your waterproof fanny pack. It's a double lock, double zip. Actually, it may be 1, 2, 3. It's 3 times a zip, and then there's a Velcro flap that closes under to seal your documents in. Some people, of course, you can put your birth certificate or your passport in the safe in the cabin room, or some people they like to carry around either their sign and sale card or their passport inside of their waterproof. And this is good for when you're getting in the pool and you just want to have your identification on you at all times. This is a great item. I've had it underwater before. This is what I take when I get in the pool, especially at Coco Cay, and I carry my documents with me at all times. It's up to you. Of course, this is Josiah's passport cover, and you can, it fits right in. You double zip, and you just fold it over a couple times and then get that flap over, and you can put it around your waist and carry it right on you. So this is another item. I think I purchased it on Amazon if I'm not mistaken, but Temu, Amazon, they're all the same. You can carry it that way. Now, another item you want to consider carrying, and it can also fit in your fanny pack, your waterproof fanny pack, is your power bank chargers. These are for people who be on their phone all the time, and you don't need it to go dead at any time, especially if you're taking a lot of pictures or you're doing a lot of recording. No one should be making calls all day long on their phone on a cruise. But definitely if you're taking a lot of pictures or photography or on your phone playing games, whatever you decide to do, make sure you have your power bank chargers. I typically carry more than one because I'm on my phone like that with pictures and videos, and sometimes I won't get back in the room right away to sit and charge a phone, and who wants to do that and just always trying to find or sit by an outlet all day. So I keep these 2 charged up as well as charge my phone, but have your backup ready. You can search online to see which power bank is best for your phone, especially for a fast charging power bank. So that's your homework, and you can decide to carry just one or have 2. Again, it's up to you. Not mandatory, just what I do. Speaking of phones, you have your waterproof case. If you can see it, it's usually lined. They come in different styles. This was one. Actually, I don't even have the cord connected to it because it'd be in the closet and I just grabbed some stuff. But there's usually a neck that you can hold it around your neckline when you get in the pool. Is waterproof. I'll insert a clip at the end of the video maybe, or maybe next to this video. And to show you how we tested out the waterproof phone case, there's some that come with like a little inner tube, kind of like a floating device. I don't have that type because I don't want my phone floating at the top of the water. I actually did try to record it under the water. It's okay if it sinks in for me, but they are usually good. I've had some from Dollar Tree. I've also had them from Amazon. So definitely a waterproof case, and you can still touch screen your phone through the plastic. So it's definitely a good item to have. Another item that you're going to want to consider having is your tag. Now, it's probably two in here. Your case for your luggage tag that Royal Caribbean will give to you to print out. So they're going to give you a color specific, and it's color specific. You have to print it in color so that they know once it's attached to your suitcase, they are color coded so they know what floor to get it to when it gets on the ship. So I forgot which is which. I want to say this is Royal Caribbean size. When you order them from Amazon, it comes about 5 or 10 in a pack with these little wire screw-ins, so it doesn't tear easily off your luggage. And you will want to get these so that it doesn't fall off your luggage and you don't have to worry about your luggage getting lost. And these are the other size. It's going to be one of these sizes. I'm sorry, I didn't do my homework before making this video, because one is for Carnival and one is for Royal Caribbean, and it's based on how they print the booking tag, because you fold it up a certain way, and that's why there's different sizes, because it's based on the printing of the color and easy access to see what color does the luggage go, what floor does it go to based on color, and then the door, the zone, and all of that. That's what's really on your booking tag that you can find. So these are on Amazon, roughly about $5 ish. And they come like 3, 5, or 10 in a pack. It's a variety. They also have it on Temu, just the same, and they come with the wire locks, a lock for each casing, and it's inexpensive. So another item is your swimming cap. If you decide to get in the water and don't want to mess your hair up, don't forget your swimming cap. I know there's some specifically for people with locks. I don't tend to get it. We get our hair wet. It dries pretty fast, and plus by the time we get on the trip, our hairstyle is old. We don't go on cruises with fresh hairstyles that much. So don't forget your swimming cap if you don't want to get your hair wet. Or I know most women usually get your braids, but there are swim caps for people with braids and such. But just in case you didn't think about it, don't forget your swim cap. Now, another item to consider is your fan. Now, some folks have seasons, and some people just don't like to be hot, whatever the reason. Have your fan. This heavy duty fan, this is my favorite, because sometimes I have to sleep with a fan directly in my face at night. I'm of the age where sometimes it's extra hot, even with the AC on. Or you can have a smaller fan, the handheld fans, but I'm a fan of not having to carry much when I'm out and about. So, of course, these smaller fans, don't forget, you have the neck fans that's possible. This can either hang around, your neck. It comes with a stand. It also sits like that. There's different settings on it. This was actually gifted, a custom item, but you get the idea. And this fan was also gifted. I went on a cruise with some friends, and she had this fan. She had a fan that lays flat, and all of a sudden it stood up like, portable ceiling fan type of thing. And when I say it blows great air, and this also can bend. So for the mommies that's coming with kids in a stroller or something, the ends can, curl around to hook on anything. The way my bed is, I actually hook it on the headboard and have it open me so I can get some sleep. But it can also, stand up. And this is also good if you have multiple roommates, and you know how one friend likes to hide, the other one is too cold. So if you ever have competition with temperature, the person who likes the fan can just have something closer to them to blow on them. So whatever your reason may be that you need to cool down, don't forget your portable fan. Especially, I take this fan everywhere. So if it's on a cruise, if we're getting off at Coco Cay, if we get off at Bahamas, I'm going to have a fan. I don't like to sweat. I don't sweat easily, but I just don't always like to be hot, or like to have some type of, cool air in the mist. So don't forget your fan if you so decide. So another item you may consider for the room is a portable humidifier. It comes this small in a box like this. If you so decide, it's a mini humidifier. And just, to clear the air. Now, humidifiers help us because 2 reasons. Sometimes you can get stuffy and you need that, kind of moisture in the air so that you're not stuffy. Or like my son snores, and for some reason when the humidifier is going, he sleep quietly. So a humidifier is great for us. This one is you just put any size water bottle. So I have Fiji water, so I'll just save the bottle and refill it with regular water. But you can just put a normal water bottle. It comes with different attachments depending on the spout of the water bottle. And it's just a short little plug. You can put it on a nightstand. It comes with everything. It even has a little night light if you so desire to turn it on. And you can sleep with it by the bed. Again, this is something optional. This is not something that I always take, but it's also good, like even if I'm at home, because the humidifier that I have at home is like this big gallon tank that has to have a filter and all of that. And I usually use it for when my son gets stuffy or when I know he's gonna sleep without making all that noise, and I can go to sleep. So a humidifier may be something you want to consider. So another packing item is your packing cubes. It makes it so much easier, especially for the organized type of packer, where you have different size cubes and you can pack accordingly. I won't tell you how to organize it, but always, have packing cubes in different sizes. Um, this is something I bought from Temu. Is keep the underwear and socks and bras separately. Then you have your different things. Sometimes I would carry bags of different sizes, or keep the bags from when I got those Amazon or those Temu packages. And usually like dirty clothes. Now you can bring a laundry bag, or you can bring a bag big enough to carry your whole weekend travel. They do have courtesy. Now it's not free, but they do have where you can wash clothes on the cruise. It's just like a hotel. Like a hotel charges to wash clothes sometimes, or to iron and all of that stuff. So same thing with the cruise. So don't forget your laundry bag or your wet bag. Say for instance, when you pack your swimsuit, and always have more than one swimsuit. When you pack your swimsuit, you can have like a wet bag to put your wet clothes in, if you decide to change clothes, especially if we were on the island, like perfect day at Coco Cay, you've gotten in the pool, then of course you may want to put dry clothes as you walk back on the ship, or once you get back on the ship, with your clothes, then you can take those. Some people just hang it in the shower, but it gets back wet once you get in the shower. So however you want to work it out, that's your business. But you can have your different packing cubes for different things. I have a lot of different items. So this one is I don't know if y'all can read it. It's called, I'm not going to say what it is, but basically at the bottom it says a survivor kit. This is where I usually put in our medicines. Not the medicines that you have to take, but you also put those in here. But things like Tylenol or Benadryl or allergy medication, any medication that you need just in case, put it in here. In what I call my little medicine kit. It's all in one place. Don't forget your Band-Aid, Neosporin, something to aid yourself, because should you need those simple items on a ship, it's going to be double the price than it is at a regular pharmacy. So you want to make sure you have different things available for your own medicine kit, because they do get pricey on the ship and you don't want to pay that price. Now another option, this one is for tooth care stuff. And this is just where your toothbrush, your mouthwash, everything related to the mouth can be in its own separate container if you don't like it to be touching or nearby anything else. We know toothbrushes have their individual case. And I tend to get like a traveling toothbrush, something that's either easily disposable or something specific for travel. I don't usually take the toothbrush I'm using at home because I don't want to forget either one. Like I don't want to forget to bring it, or I don't want to forget to bring it back. So keep a separate toothbrush kit for traveling purposes only. If you so decide. Also have these. This is more so for your side with those braces. But if you wear braces, or if you addict at flossing, don't forget all the stuff you usually do for your hygiene routine. Don't forget to make sure you have extras for when you travel. If you don't like to travel with those small things, I also have this, my wash bag. I had this especially if I travel with friends. I don't want to be carrying everything in my hand at one time or trying to carry everything. So I just have my wash bag. It's literally like my wash kit, and I take everything in the bathroom. So from soap to the lotion to deodorant to every step of the way of my hygiene kit of things that need to be in the bathroom. I usually don't like to take up the counter space with everything. I'm not a type of person that unpacks everything or unloads everything when I get inside the room. So this is my wash bag that literally says wash bag. And then I have trial sizes now. You can either have your trial size items or stuff that's running out at home that can be finished by the time you get on the cruise, or by the time your cruise is finished. Like I like to bring, even if it's like, this is not a bottle, but if it was a full size bottle and that little corner left, yeah, we're gonna take the big bottle and finish it on the cruise, just to not have to come back with as much as that I left with. So that's an option too, if you so desire, is have your wash bag, and you won't have to carry be going in the bathroom with all your stuff. But again, hey, that's your business. Some people might not need all of that, but that's just what I carry. Okay. Speaking of items that you want to make sure you carry, don't forget your suntan lotion. This is your sunscreen, not suntan lotion, I'm sorry, your sunscreen lotion. Like, even though we have that nice, beautiful melanin skin, we need to protect that skin. So make sure you have your sunscreen items that you can spray on, especially if we're outside on the island. Definitely if you're Bahamas, because it gets extremely hot, and even just being in the sun in general, you should have your sunscreen on. I also have an aloe gel, so even when I come back in from the island and take a shower and all of that, like this aloe gel helps, put that moisture back in, as well as soothe the skin from any type of, a lot of heat. So don't forget your sunscreen items. Now, you may be thinking, did she just say something about suntan lotion? Well, you may have seen these bottles at Walmart. It looks familiar, sounds empty. Well, this is not where suntan lotion goes. This is where this goes. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all a trick because I don't always buy the drinking package. White make you fight, brown make you clown, so they say. So this is where I usually put my liquid courage. I put it right in here, and how I tell them apart: my light in that white, and brown is in brown. Now, whatever your choice may be, again, don't judge me and I won't judge you. So, whatever your choice of brown is, this is just my little collection so far. I'm usually white Tito's or Patron, vodka or tequila. And once I'm on the ship, I just get pineapple juice from the buffet or, the drink towers. Or I may buy a strawberry daiquiri and then, have it, pour my little liquid courage in it myself. I'm not a person who normally drinks 6 to 15 drinks a day. I can have a lot of drinks this day and then take a break the next day and then have a lot of drinks. So buying a drink package doesn't always suit me, especially if it's just, me and my son traveling. So I can't have that much fun anyway. So it's pointless for me to get the drink package because I don't drink that much. So again, I bring my own fun to the party, and I'll show you another video, of course, as I get ready for my cruise, and then I'll show you another video when I'm on my cruise, because I know some of y'all are wondering, does that work? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. The item that I like to bring, speaking of drinking, is my own personalized cup. Now, this cup is what I've been taking on the last few cruises that I've been on. I love Patron, so of course I had to get the customized Patron cup. This one is usually like maybe my water cup. It has the fancy, designs and all of that. So it's up to you what you want, of course. It usually come with, those metal straws, one that's hooked, one that have a hook in it. So when you're drinking it, you don't have to have your face all up to the cup with a straight straw. So it has a little curve, so, you can just tip it and drink it. Don't know if you can see it. The other thing that I will be taking on my cruise now is my portable straw. So this ought to be on TikTok. Like, can you see the hook? It's basically, it comes in, size of your hand, small size. It unscrews like this. The blue tip is where you put your mouth, and it stretches out into a long straw. Now, why this is cool is because when you're on the ship, they like to give those paper straws, and I hate the taste of those paper straws when I'm trying to drink. So I like to, you can just carry around your personal straw anytime you want to drink. It's small enough to fit in your pocket, or you can hook it on something that you're carrying. It also comes with a brush. I don't know if y'all paid attention that it came out of this. So, I did it wrong. Okay. Anywho, it comes, with a brush that, you can clean the straw, because, after you have that strawberry daiquiri and now you want water, you don't want the aftertaste of the last thing you drunk. So you can clean, make sure you clean your straws out in there, and then you just pack it back up and put it in there. I ordered this from Amazon. It comes with 2 in a pack. Upside down. Yes. They have different colors you can get. It also comes with like a keychain. So, even if you're around town and every time you go out to restaurants, if you don't want a plastic straw or, those paper straws at those restaurants, you can carry around your own personal straw. And that's an item that you may decide. Again, it works for me. It's up to you if you want it to work for you. Now, another item that's totally up to you is this little thing. It's a raincoat, actually. It's inside of a little egg. I actually got this from Temu. It came about 5 in a pack, I think, and it's wrapped really tightly, and it has a rubber band across it. Just something folded up. It's not a fancy raincoat, but something that can fold really tight. Now, the only reason why I would take it on the cruise I'm going on next month, and probably our cousin's cruise, is because we have the Aquatica show, the water show. So in case you know, it's just like being at SeaWorld, when if you decide to put on the poncho or the raincoat, then you won't get as wet as much, especially if you want to be closer to the show. Another reason is, say you get off on an island, again, some people, like, no matter what time of year it is, it's possible to rain. Whether you're on the ship or on the island. So just to have something, if you just want to cover your head or cover your dry clothes and you don't want to get wet as much, it's just something to, attach to anything that you're carrying around. So this is just something not mandatory, but who knows? It's just one of those accessory items that if you need it, you need it. If you don't, you don't. The next few items are kind of a necessity for me. So one is the Lysol. I have to have my Lysol no matter where I'm going, even if I'm going to someone's house. Got to have my Lysol to, germs, whatever, bed. I like my stuff disinfected. Another item is bathroom spray. Now I know some people like the Poopery. I don't normally buy those, but this is a good. It's a scent bomb, and you can find it at your hair store. I buy a lot of these in different scents. It's not overpowering. It doesn't take a lot of sprays, so please don't bring that room spray and then have somebody trying to choke on the bathroom and the aerosol spray. So this is just a couple of squirts. The baby powder kind of neutralizes. Of course, you can get strawberry and peach, pineapple, all the fruity scents that's out there. But I normally try to keep something that is, kind of neutralize the scent and doesn't overpowering, doesn't do too much, but definitely need your bathroom spray just in case. You don't want to choke your roommate in case if you're in the room with someone, if you're not in the room with someone and it's just you, and then somebody got to stop by because they want to walk with you down to the, to the dinner hall. Have your room fresh at all times. Some other items is my compressed washcloth. Of course, the cabin, just like any hotel, have those white washcloths. And if you have makeup or a lot of dirt, it's going to show everything. These are disposable, compressed. You drop it in water, it expands to a full size washcloth, and it's good, especially for makeup, because you don't want to, keep having to chase down your the guy in charge of your cabin to bring you new washcloths from, wiping makeup off. Or with these, day one, wipe it off. It comes about 10 in a pack. Again, got this from Temu. It's not that expensive, and you can just have your disposal. And also, gotta have my disposable pillowcase. I like to put this over the pillow, with depending on what type of hair type you have, or if you so choose. Again, it works for me. That doesn't mean it has to work for you. So just, you can bring your own pillowcase from home if you need the satin. You don't want static in your hair, or some people sweat in their head at night. Do whatever makes you comfortable, whatever is going to make your cruise as comfy and relaxing as possible. I can have these on there just because, it's like a hotel. Sometimes everybody's sleeping and bleaching on the same old pillowcases and sheets and yada, yada, yada. There's a disposable something for everything. So I just happen to get the pillowcases, especially, for my hair, even though I do tie my hair up, or just having my face against, the pillow and everything. So you can have your disposable pillowcase. It comes in different colors. Again, this is another Temu fave item. My other thing that's definitely mandatory is toilet seat cover. I even travel with this with my friends. It comes in a pack of, I think maybe that's 20 in there. A seat cover, put it on there, whether you're traveling with friends or anybody. Again, it's good to have whatever you so desire, because I don't know how they clean their toilet seats or what chemicals they clean it with. Again, it works for me. It's up to you if you want to consider having these. Another Temu item, very expensive. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll tell you how much these things cost to give you an idea if you're interested. So that's about it for this video. Stay tuned. Oh, wait, one more thing. Speaking of the bathroom, gotta have my flushable wipes. Of course, they don't want you to put a lot of tissue in the toilet on a cruise. We don't need nothing flooding the toilets at all. But definitely you will want to have your flushable wipes, because some bathroom habits require, a little wet wipe. So again, this is something you can consider. That's the end of this video for now, but I'll do another video when I'm getting ready to pack with my cruise, and then Josiah can join me to show you what he packs for himself as well. So until next time, bye.
She said, run, run as fast as you can. You know I'm broke, ain't got no man, but I need that 40 in my hand, and I ain't gonna call you back again. It's finally Monday morning. Guess what? I think the girl done got